Fix no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News.
Keep negotiating with Democrats. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A few Senate moderates trying to lower the price tag of the proposed $3.5 trillion spending plan. Senator Chris Coons tells Fox News Sunday,
I think the ultimate price will be around $2 trillion, but it's the policies that really matter. And as a caucus, we agree on those.
All Republicans oppose the spending on social programs and climate change mitigation and tax hikes to fund it. 2 police officers are dead after being ambushed over the weekend. One was a state trooper in Louisiana found dead in his patrol car. The suspected gunman was arrested hours later after 2 more shootings left another person dead.
In Georgia, authorities say rookie officer 26-year-old Dylan Harrison was shot and killed on his first day of duty. They say Damian Anthony Ferguson was retaliating against the officer for arresting someone he knew hours before.
That's Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. In Arizona, a sheriff's deputy is on life support after being shot by a man who was later shot and wounded by another man. The Maricopa County Sheriff says those 2 men have a history of conflict. For the first time since the Taliban took over Afghanistan, as American troops left, a meeting with the U.S. Fox's Simon Owen has more live.
Dave, the State Department says the weekend talks between U.S. and Taliban officials were candid and professional. The 2 sides met in Qatar, with the U.S. saying the discussions covered security, human rights, getting people out of Afghanistan, and providing aid to Afghan people. U.S. officials say the meeting was not about granting the Taliban legitimacy. The Taliban says the talks went well. Dave?
Simon, also over the weekend, a U.S. Navy nuclear engineer and his wife arrested in West Virginia.
The Justice Department says for nearly a year, Jonathan and Diana Toevi sold restricted data about nuclear-powered warships to a person they believed was representing a foreign power, but in fact was an FBI agent.
That's Ann Carrick. America's listening to Fox News.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Taking a look at the roads in Cape Coral today. Not much to complain about, which is always nice for the start of our week. Del Prado looking really good, only seeing a few little spots of congestion heading northbound right after it meets up with Colonial. Seeing mostly delays on Santa Barbara Boulevard and Southwest Trafalgar Parkway, but other than that, smooth sailing throughout the Cape. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News, now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday as we kick off a new work week. We will be looking at a much drier week compared to what we had last week. Today featuring a few showers possible in the afternoon. Still another warm day with temperatures topping off near 90 degrees. We keep it quieter as we head into later tonight. Temperatures cooling to 71 as we kick off your Tuesday. 91 for high tomorrow. Look out for more chances for isolated afternoon rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, with highs remaining in the lower 90s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Did you know people drive from all over Florida to save money on diamonds?
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and we have thousands of diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, half carat to 10 carats. Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States.
And offer prices 30 to 50% lower than other jewelers, where overhead cost is very high. Duncan's Diamonds handpicks diamonds from diamond cutters all over the world to ensure you get the best.
We want you to find that diamond that you really love today and save.
And at Duncan's Diamonds, we have spectacular financing and layaway plans, including no or low interest.
A $2,000 engagement ring is only $66 a month. A $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings is just $84 a month. Best prices guaranteed, low monthly payments, a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds. We want you to find the diamond you love today and save.
Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. It's Sco. Good to see you this morning. I don't know what that's what happens. That's exactly what happens when you take a day off. And what a great weekend. It was my son's birthday, and we had an awesome time, and I just wanted to spend some good quality time with him. And so thank you for allowing me to do that. It was awesome. Hope you had a nice weekend. Jake the Millennial, looking pretty good, looking refreshed and ready to go. I'm glad to see that. Do you look good today? How do you feel? It's radio. You've got to speak. You got to talk
but
to
when
people.
you say you look good today, it implies that
Just
every other
say
day I look like
thanks.
crap.
Right. I mean, some days you don't look. I mean, look, I don't look good some days. Most days.
Most days I don't look good.
Okay, so that's the two of us. So the whole idea is that if I say you're looking good today, just say thank you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Here's a valuable lesson. This is something. This is a pro tip from someone who has learned valuable lessons in their life. So follow me on this.
Nice.
Here you go. You ready? If somebody says, "You look good. I like your shirt. You've got a really nice house. I like," or whatever. If someone compliments you, you know what you say?
What do you want from me?
You say, no, you don't say, "What do you want from me?" You say, "Thank you." That's it. You don't go on about where you bought your shoes. You don't go on about how it was really difficult to get your house. You don't go on about all your health issues. You just say, "Thank you."
So you're not a small talk kind of guy.
No, you can do small talk about everything else, but when you get compliments, just say thank you. That's it. Don't ramble, don't rumble, don't do anything else. It's a pro tip. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised how your life will change if you just say thanks and you move on. That's it. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to reciprocate.
I'm remembering stories of I got in trouble one time for this as a kid.
For what? For rambling on about?
A compliment, yeah.
You did? Okay, so somebody has already relayed this message to you in the past.
Yeah, but I didn't think about it until you brought it up. Now I kind of get what they were saying. You made it make a little bit more sense than they did. They were just, hostile. But now I get it.
They were hostile? How does that happen? Just say thank you. That's all you have to say. Is that what they did to you?
Pretty much.
Well, that's an awful. It was probably a relative, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, those are the worst. I'm not saying relatives are the worst, but the relative that always. Okay, 239-479-5592. Let's get right into it. A couple of things we're going to talk about today. Hey, if you thought Christmas shopping was really confusing before, wait till you go into places where you want to shop for toys and find out everything has to be gender neutral and you don't know where anything is because it's all mixed together in one big fat aisle. Yeah, so we got that to talk about. Nothing, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You got enough to worry about right now. So don't worry about that. But we'll talk about that coming up. Also, it's fun to find out through experts, through legislators, through governors, through people who have been governors in the past, that CRT is a Trump made-up myth. That's it. It's nothing to worry about. Everything is just made up by Trump.
Everything woke turns to shit.
So we'll talk about that and how that's just a flat-out lie. But of course, going after the former president who was in Iowa, and it's funny how in who was it? C-SPAN was talking about, it was like campaign 2024, Donald Trump in Iowa. He hasn't even said he's running yet. He was just in Iowa. Big crowds again. It's just amazing how many people he will pull at a Trump event. So we'll have some clips from that and some of the things that he talked about, including things that have to do with all things woke. All right, but I wanted to mention this. Jake follows this kind of stuff because it is, well, not only does it have to do with close to being in space. I mean, if you're flying in an airplane, it's about as close you can get to space without actually being in space.
Then I've been close to space.
Right, technically. The Southwest Airlines issues. Did you hear about Southwest Airlines?
I have not.
Okay,
actually,
so
no.
they canceled almost 2,000 flights between Saturday and Sunday. And they said it was about the FAA and the weather.
Okay, aliens.
Yeah, no, well, it may as well have been aliens. Because people were like, well, hold on a second. I don't remember ever seeing flights canceled, thousands of flights canceled in Jacksonville.
2,000?
Almost 2,000 flights canceled. And typically, if there were flights that were getting ready to be canceled to that degree, you would have heard about the weather forecast. I mean, we live in Southwest Florida. We live in the state of Florida. You know, if there was something going on, maybe if there was a big, brutal storm coming through the area, if there was a hurricane making its way, if something was going on weather-wise, it would have been all over the news, and you would know that something odd was happening, and the chances are that your flights are going to get canceled. So they blamed all these problems, but it didn't affect any other airlines except Southwest. Thousands of flights, almost 2,000 flights canceled by Southwest only. Everybody else is flying in the same airport, but they're saying it was weather-related.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we've experienced significant impact in the Florida airports Friday evening after the FAA-imposed air traffic management program was implemented due to weather and resulted in a large number of cancellations. This is somebody who was overseeing the Southwest flight operations in a statement on Saturday. But is that what happened? So the talk is that maybe it was something else. That even though everything got to normal on Sunday, I think it was like 800 flights were canceled on Saturday, about 1,000 on Friday. They were working to minimize the issues, but the Epic Times and Jack Phillips was pointing out that Saturday's statement also blamed the issue on air traffic controllers. Now, why is the air traffic control issue big? Because we come to find out that there was speculation and more people were confirming the fact that there were flights that were being canceled. It was triggered by employees calling in sick en masse. They were protesting the fact that people had to be vaccinated. Southwest Airlines must join our industry peers in complying with the federal government's COVID-19 vaccination directive. This was on October 4th as the CEO of Southwest was talking about this. Prompted a lawsuit from Southwest's pilot union, the Southwest Airlines Pilot Association, seeking a court injunction against the mandates. So is that what happened? Was it less about the weather and more about the fact that people were having issues with, and there was speculation about, that maybe there was a sick-in, that there were people that just don't want to get vaccinated, that are concerned about these vaccine mandates. Delta is the only one of the four major carriers that has not enacted a vaccine mandate among pilots, despite the push. Which is interesting, because then that would suggest that It doesn't have to happen? Like, you can make a choice? Delta has decided they're not going to do it, or they haven't done it up to this point. But some people have brought up a couple of different points. Actually, you know what? Here, Roger, don't you live close to Jacksonville?
Actually, yes, I do, Drew. I live in St. Mary's, which is literally the first exit going into Georgia from Florida.
Right.
From my house, I'm only 6 minutes from the Florida line. Now, I work full-time in Jacksonville Monday through Friday. So sometimes after work and during the weekends, I do DoorDash, I do Lyft, I do Uber. Now, on Saturday morning when I got up in St. Mary's and I started DoorDashing, there was a little bit of fog, but it was all burned off by about 8 o'clock in the morning. But the rest of the day was beautiful, and it was a low of 67. It got up to 86 degrees that day. And I know because I was laying sod in my yard Saturday afternoon, and the sun was out and so forth. And then Sunday morning, I got an Uber ride to go to Jacksonville International Airport, which is only about 25 minutes from where I live. And I drive by that on my way to work Monday through Friday anyway. And there was absolutely no bad weather whatsoever. It was a beautiful weekend.
Huh. Yeah, it's what people have been saying. It doesn't make any sense.
More lies.
Yeah, and thanks for the call, Roger. I appreciate it there. Some have speculated that many flights were canceled due to that strike among pilots. The Pilots Association asked the courts, like we said, to stop the COVID-19 vaccination mandates. Southwest Airline Pilots Association is aware of operational difficulties affecting Southwest Airlines today due to a number of issues, but we can say with confidence that our pilots are not participating in any official or unofficial job actions. Our pilots will continue to overcome Well, let me just stop there for a second. So a couple of things come to mind. Number one, like Roger said, we got to stop with the lies. We've got to stop with this. Sooner or later, we're going to have to come to the realization that the American people want the truth. They want the facts, and they want them no matter if they're going to hurt or if the truth is going to hurt, we can take it. And as somebody was saying on Twitter over the weekend, they were talking about how, I guess it was kind of like a meme about China, where they were saying that people in China don't watch the news. And they don't understand why people in America watch the news. And somebody said, well, I don't understand. What are you talking about? And they're like, well, in China, we know it's all propaganda. But yet you guys just keep watching it as if it's real. And that's the thing, you can't spin this. Either it happened or it didn't. Another thing that comes to mind is something that Jack Posobiec put out there on Twitter yesterday that he retweeted from the Palmer Report. And I don't know what Palmer, can you look up Palmer Report and find out what that is, Jake? I don't know, is it, maybe it's just somebody who, I don't know, website or whatever, but it says this attempt by unvaccinated Southwest Airline employees at crippling U.S. air travel is the latest reminder that it's a very short distance from anti-vaxxer to domestic terrorist.
Did you say the Palmer Report?
Or just Palmer. Not the Palmer Report, but Palmer Report. I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to give them credit for what they put out there. But the point is how far from the truth is that? I mean, you see what they're saying about you as a parent going to a school board, and you have an attorney general who is being told by the National School Board Association that they need to make you out to be domestic terrorists because you're upset about what is happening with the education of your children. Get them out of public schools. But what about that? From anti-vaxxer to domestic terrorist. I mean, if you're shutting down the flights of thousands of individuals and they're having to reroute, how soon before they start looking at you and saying, well, hold on a second, banding together and shutting down an airline, that sure sounds like domestic terrorism to me. I'm just asking. And then the other thing is this airline pilot on TikTok, Jake's favorite channel, who put this out. And it's about, it's 2 minutes long. I don't know if I could play the whole thing. But check this out.
I've been an airline pilot for 18 years, and now I'm facing an ultimatum. Not a choice, but an ultimatum. I'm being told in order to continue my career as an airline pilot, I must be vaccinated, which really means I have to choose between putting food on the table for my family and my freedom of choice. Whether you believe in vaccination is the right thing to do or not, the situation goes far beyond health. We, the American people, have fought for freedom for 257 years. We go around the world spreading ideas of freedom and democracy. We help other countries and people fight for their freedoms, while ours are being stripped away. You may think being forced to wear a mask or get a vaccination is insignificant, but when you begin to compile mandate after mandate and loss of freedom after freedom, it becomes very significant. As each thing is taken away, we face what is known as the shifting baseline syndrome. This syndrome changes our idea of a new and acceptable normal. Soon, we will not remember what it was like to have the freedoms we once did.
I'm going to stop there. That's pretty heavy. I don't know, the kids still say that? Hey man, that's heavy. Or is that just me? How about that's pretty serious, Jake?
Yeah. I just,
Look, again, vaccination or no mask, vaccination, mask or no mask, the whole idea is that this idea of choice and that the fact that you have it here in this country gets eroded to the point where your kids don't even know what it used to be like. How many times have you said to someone, even Jake, if I can say this to Jake, I've said this off the air probably more than a dozen times to him about how he doesn't know what it's like to have a world without a cell phone or a world without the computer the way it is, or the internet, or, I didn't
get a phone till I was like 16.
You don't even know what it was like in the infancy of the internet, when you actually were starting to, where you would have dial-up internet and you would wait maybe 4 minutes for a picture to come up on the website. Like somebody would have a website and you would wait until it felt like days to be able to just to see something on a website. You don't even have a clue about it. You just think that people are waking up right now. You got kids that are waking up right now who are going to be in a generation that don't know a world that is not connected the way it is. And when you've been there and you've seen it, and then you understand what it looks like when you truly do have your freedoms and your liberties, and then all of a sudden you've got this slow burn and this boiling of the frog of your freedoms being taken away. Again, it's not a matter of whether or not you have made a decision to vaccinate based on your comorbidities and you've sat with your doctor and you've made this choice. That's not what you've made that choice and what you feel about what the vax is and isn't. We're not anti-vax here. We're not saying that. What we're saying is exactly what he is saying. That when you're being told that your livelihood and the feeding of your children depends on you doing this one thing that has to be done, when you know full well that there are therapies and other things, and you haven't been told the truth about anything for the longest time, and you have doubts about everything because of who's been telling you all of these different things about this specifically, and you just can't get your head about you straight here, that it becomes strictly about that. And so you hear this Southwest Airlines issue there, and again, it's just one of those issues where you look at it and you're just wondering, why did this happen? Why can't we be honest about why it happened? Why can't people talk about it? Why does it have to be shrouded in mystery? People have concerns. And then if you were able to address the concerns, then maybe you would have the confidence to not have to have these stories pop up. Hope that makes sense. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. When we come back, we'll get to the Fauci, who says, hey, speaking of vaccines and masks and the like, the Fauci says, look, you're going to be able to have Halloween. Don't you worry about it. Thanksgiving, we're not sure about. No, I think Thanksgiving is okay, and Christmas is now okay, although the prices of things that are popping up here for Christmas may be an issue. But we're going to get to all of that and the troubles that you're going to have finding toys in the toy aisle now that there are places that are insisting, including California, who are mandating that every business have gender-neutral toy aisles. What's that going to be like? We'll get to that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
It's Columbus Day, and that means bond markets are closed, but the NYSE and NASDAQ are still open for trading. And Facebook rolling out new safety features targeted at teens and their parents. This after a former employee testified that the company knowingly puts profits over children's safety. Facebook spokesperson Nick Clegg on ABC's This Week weighing in on comparisons to big tobacco.
It helps small businesses, it brings joy, it brings pleasure, it connects you with people that you care and love the most.
Facebook says it disagrees with the employee's claims. And gas prices still on the rise.
Gasoline prices moved up 6 cents per gallon to $3.31. It is $1.07 higher than it was a year ago.
Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg Survey. And that is your Fox Business Report. I'm Jessica Stone, invested in you.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is, until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
In business, setbacks change everything. Fast, reliable Comcast Business Internet can help keep you ahead. And now you can add Security Edge. It helps protect every device that's connected, so you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Security Edge requires Comcast Business Internet.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
So I'm a public school teacher, and I'm on my feet all day long. That would be on concrete. The pain would shoot up my heels and just increased from the bottom of my feet up. Then my back started hurting. So my husband and I were driving, and I went, oh, look, there's a Good Feet store. I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. That was a perfect name for her. And the cool thing about the Good Feet store is that you're able to try before you buy. I had free fittings. She was able to fit me with special arch supports. And so I walked around in the store. Within 30 minutes, I started sobbing because I had no pain. Well, if your feet are hurting, do something about it. You don't have to grin and bear it. You need to go to the Good Feet store and get some arch supports. I'm Deidre, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
I work from home. So my home is also my office. And when I'm working, especially since my office is in the back room, I get all of the daytime sunshine. When I'm sitting in my office, I can tell the heat of the day is coming in because it's coming in through my old windows. So one of the benefits I experience directly, day in and day out, is having cooler temperatures in my room as a result of getting Storm Shield windows. My old windows, the heat came in, the room got hot, my air conditioning continued to work harder, and now we don't have any of that.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
In case you're wondering, World Smile Day is in October, but at Closet Factory, we're celebrating all month because along with time, space, and peace, smiles are our specialty. We make sure some space in your world is put together, stylish, like all is right. And according to Smile Science, is a feeling that makes people smile. Know what else does? $250 in free accessories with any new storage solution from Closet Factory. All smilin' October long at Closet Factory and ClosetFactory.com.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The first direct talks with the Taliban since its takeover of Afghanistan and the American troop withdrawal there are described as candid and professional. They were held in Qatar over the weekend.
Dialogue focused on security and terrorism concerns, but also on safe passage for American citizens and others from Afghanistan. The Taliban claims the U.S. has agreed to provide humanitarian aid to Afghanistan.
Fox's Jillian Mealy. An engineer in Maryland and his wife were accused of selling secrets about nuclear-powered ships to someone they thought was representing a foreign government. It was really an FBI agent.
Jonathan Tuebi has been a Department of the Navy employee and is a nuclear engineer. The FBI reports a $10,000 good faith and trust payment with cryptocurrency, followed by $20,000 for a memory card. The Tuebis were arrested Saturday and are due in court Tuesday.
Fox's Ann Carrick. The criminal complaint does not reveal which country the couple thought they were dealing with. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News Traffic.
Happy Monday morning, everyone. Taking a look out on the roads in Lee County. Things very smooth sailing across the board. Few trouble spots I want to point out. Somerset Drive, north and southbound, seeing a bit of delays, but not unusual for this time of day. Also, a little bit of congestion on Dynasty Drive, heading southbound towards Colonial over by the Forum Shops. If you are headed that way, expect minor delays, but I don't anticipate they'll inconvenience you too much. 41 and 75, though, our main roads here looking real good for this time of day. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday as we kick off a new work week. We will be looking at a much drier week compared to what we had last week. Today featuring a few showers possible in the afternoon. Still another warm day with temperatures topping off near 90 degrees. We keep it quieter as we head into later tonight. Temperatures cooling to 71 as we kick off your Tuesday. 91 for high tomorrow. Look out for more chances for isolated afternoon rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, with highs remaining in the lower 90s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, "If you have any trouble, just call Poppy." Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You can call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, with over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space. Designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
When you want the very best for your home, there's only one name that stands alone. Hardware and glass in harmony. No frames, no mess. You'll love what you see. Quality, style, and huge selection. Give your bath the look of perfection. Want to see more? Go to My Shower Door.
According to scientific research, the brain begins to decrease memory and cognitive skills as early as your mid-30s. Recent advances have discovered an incredible memory breakthrough that's been anticipated for years. This discovery has seen memory repair in 21 days or less, with a huge boost in concentration and performance. This memory brain booster is called Neuroxin. Neuroxin is now conducting a national memory research survey on improved brain performance, and you can participate. Participants have witnessed an increase in brain power by up to 89%, with noticeable results in just days. Confidential test outcome will be available within 21 days. Measure your improvement firsthand. The survey requires no travel and very little time. Call now to register while space is available. Neuroxin will provide everything for free. Space is limited, so call now. 800-617-1604. 800-617-1604. That's 800-617-1604. 800-617-1604.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
So what day is it?
Columbus Day. Time to celebrate. Time to celebrate.
How do you want to celebrate?
An extra long Columbus Day weekend.
Hey, we're celebrating a Columbus Day weekend, right? It is an extra long weekend, Columbus Day. Well, wait, hold on a second. It's
Columbus Day.
Yeah.
We don't really celebrate
Columbus Day.
I learned the true meaning of Columbus Day.
What?
But instead of Columbus Day, it will be for
Native Americans.
Happy Native American Day. Let the show begin.
What? Wait, what happened here? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's not, it's Indigenous People Day is what it is. Right? So it's not Columbus Day anymore. It's Indigenous People Day. As a matter of fact, this is going to be the first president of the United States who is going to celebrate Indigenous People Day as opposed to Columbus Day, or recognize it, or how does that work? I don't know. Jen Psaki was talking about it over the weekend.
Well, today is both Columbus Day, as of now, and this is why you're asking the question, as well as Indigenous Peoples Day. I'm not aware of any discussion of ending that, ending the prior federal holiday at this point. But I know that recognizing today as Indigenous Peoples Day is something that the president felt strongly about personally. He's happy to be the first president to celebrate.
He does? He feels strongly about that personally? I know. I would like to ask how he feels about that personally. Does he really honestly feel strongly about that? Or is it just that in 1990, a couple of people said, hey, we don't like Columbus Day because, what is it? Is that what you were taught, Jake? Columbus equals death and destruction? Is that what it was? It's
conquering, death, destruction, pretty much. Yeah.
Conquering, death, and destruction. Okay, there, right. So we don't celebrate. See, as a New York, growing up in New York, and as an Italian New Yorker, it was the celebration of Italian American heritage. Of course, that means that we must be, oh boy. So Italians we got a really big problem here because we celebrate Columbus Day as Italian American Heritage Day, but then we see what Columbus did and what we're told was done and awful and terrible. By the way, have you seen The Sopranos? Anyway, no, that's what it is. It's a horrible thing, and it's a horrible place that we're all in, that we're even thinking about this. So it's good to know that today, Columbus Day / Indigenous People Day, soon to only be Indigenous People Day because a minority of voices of individuals in 1990 decided to say that, hey, we don't like the idea. So all of a sudden people are like, oh, they don't like the idea. And that's what happens now. You have the minority of voices that seem to now tell you what is and isn't in your world, and everything changes. Like, oh boy, I mean, there are a ton of culture stories out today. There are the crisis of culture here, a culture of forced acceptance. There are more stories that you're going to hear today, including, let's see, I can just give you one. Do we have any news on this?
Breaking news. A bombshell.
All right, this one just in. Google and YouTube are going to prohibit, quote, climate deniers from being able to monetize their content on their platforms from now on. So that's it, everybody. No longer, if you mention it. Like, I'm not even sure if I can say this now, because those locations might make sure that I'm not allowed to monetize anything, and we are not allowed to have anything that has to do with monetization if we suggest that the change in climate is anything but man-made, and it's the most important issue that we have right now. Like, there is nothing more important than the climate, and if you deny that, it's the same thing like accepting Columbus Day and denying Indigenous People Day. It's just the way it is, and you are... Oh, by the way, there may be some other stories that are out there that might be a little more along the lines of, hey, I'm not really sure this is a good thing. I'm a little concerned about it, but this administration maybe... I don't know how they feel about this. Husband and wife from Maryland have been arrested for allegedly trying to pass on secrets from U.S. nuclear submarine technology to a foreign power. DOJ just reported on that. Arrested in West Virginia Sunday for allegedly trying to sell restricted data to someone they believe was working for a foreign power. They were trying to sell the data to an undercover agent, is what happened. So they thought, hey, we're gonna send this to a foreign power, and I mean, certainly we're all concerned about that. We don't like that happening. This is the kind of thing that we should be concerned about. Look, the DOJ and its Attorney General Merrick Garland, the work of the FBI, Department of Justice, prosecutors, the Naval Criminal Investigative Services, and the Department of Energy was critical in thwarting the plot charged in the complaint and taking the first step in bringing the perpetrators to justice. So they did that, and it's a good thing that they're looking into that, which is very important, as well as you domestic terrorists that show up at school board meetings. I mean, they're keeping an eye on all of this. It's very important, so there's that. Oh, hey, let me ask this. Is it important to anybody that the Biden administration, and we're told by Jen Psaki, is saying, hey, maybe the first president that's going to look at Indigenous Peoples Day and celebrate that as opposed to Columbus Day, and maybe we can start a really cool trend, and we'll get rid of that completely. And who knows what the next thing will be that we'll get rid of next. Come to find out from the Daily Wire that the former director of national intelligence, John Ratcliffe, told Fox News host Maria Bartiromo on Sunday that the Biden administration's move to buy Chinese drones for federal law enforcement was perplexing, and that the move jeopardized U.S. national security. Were they really buying Chinese-made drones? We wouldn't do that. I mean, there's plenty of places around the globe that we could go to get drones manufactured by people other than countries that don't like us very much and would like to spy on us and the like. But apparently, no, we have to go right to this company in China. Is that right?
As reflected, the Biden administration, through the FBI and Secret Service, purchased from DJI, which is a company that the Trump administration actually flagged in 2017. Department of Homeland Security said that specific company was using its drones for the purpose of providing information on U.S. critical infrastructure to the Chinese Communist Party.
And nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Listen, the Trump administration looked into this. John Ratcliffe was there, obviously, as the former director of national intelligence, and they were concerned that, hey, if we buy these drones, and the reason why China would love that we would buy these drones would be that they could spy on our critical infrastructure here in the United States. And we found out about this, and we said, hey, we're not going to do this. And then the Biden administration comes along and says what? That they want to buy them. As a matter of fact, they are buying them. So why would they do that? Are they the only ones on the planet that can manufacture? That is what is... Oh, it always drives me crazy when this is like a perfect example of even politics today. That the only drones that the FBI and Secret Service could purchase were from China. Like nobody else makes them. There's no place else to get them. It's just, and that it doesn't have anything to do with budgetary restrictions, because when did the FBI and Secret Service and this government ever care about budgets? Like, don't tell me it's because, they're low. The Chinese ones are just a lower cost. I mean, you ever go onto some of these websites and try to buy the Chinese products? Some of the knockoffs are just as good as the originals, and as a matter of fact, they're a lot cheaper, right, Jake? Sorry, that wasn't really very nice to do, was it? Or even to say. But anyway, I digress. That's not it. It's not about budgetary items, is it? I mean, what does the government care about buying something that's less expensive because there's a budget to worry about? They'll just knock on the door and say, Joe, we need some more money. But then even in politics, like the suggestion that every single time you hear about politicians that are in the White House, that are in the FBI, the Secret Service, the DOJ, all across the board, even locally, you might even say, why is it always the same retreads? Why is it always the same people? Why do we constantly have to have this recycle of the same individuals over and over again that are in office, that are in a White House, in a cabinet? All you hear about in the Biden administration are Obama retreads. That's all it is. It's a whole, we know why that happens. But even on the Republican side, it's the same thing. It's the same retreads. It's the same names, as if out of all the 300 million people and 742 million that voted for Joe Biden, are you telling me that these are the only individuals that can get the work done? It's kind of like locally when we're told sometimes that, you get worried about term limits, you get worried about certain individuals, you get worried about certain people who are in office, and man, if that person leaves, then everything is going to fall apart. It's going to be a disaster. That's the only person that can do that job. Like, there's nobody else on the bench. Like, as Republicans, you don't have anybody else on the bench. There's nobody else that can do the job at all. Like, if that individual left, it's kind of like with primarying. I don't know. Why would anybody have a problem with a Republican primarying a Republican? Oh, you just don't do that because then they start throwing real horrible accusations. And I just think that all of that comes out in the wash. It's the kind of thing that Democrats are going to do that anyway. Just get it out. If you're politically speaking, if it's not about throwing trash, but it's about where you stand as a politician. If you're good, you're good. If you're doing the right things, you're standing on terra firma. You're not standing on sand. So that's not a bad thing, is it? I know it's when they throw the mud that's the problem. But if you're throwing mud, really all you're saying is that you want somebody to look at them and all their bad things instead of you and all your positives, which really speaks volumes about you. But again, concerned about this, right?
That was moderate confidence that was taking place, which is why our administration took all of those out and basically advanced a policy where we wouldn't use that Chinese technology. You outlined the kind of concerns that Huawei and companies that are controlled by the Chinese Communist Party pose to our national security.
Yeah, let me just stop there as well, because I'm really getting kind of tired of some on the left who are constantly going after the former president and those that might say that we got to onshore some things. We got to figure out a way to get the supply chain away from China, to get the supply chain and supplies here in this country away from a country that does not have our best interest at heart, even in the business sense. And we got to get out of there, and we got to start bringing manufacturing back to the United States. We need to figure out new supply chains and go to other countries. There's plenty of other countries that do like us, that manufacture the items that we're looking for. And if it's a little bit more, well, that's okay. Well, we can't change the supply chains. You don't understand how many years. Well, you better start, because sooner or later that has to shift. You can't keep making those excuses. You've got to turn it around sooner or later. It's like a business that wants to grow but says, "Oh man, well this is going to be costly if we take a different direction than we're in right now. We're kind of comfortable in this spot, and boy, if we spend the money, then it's going to kind of shift around some of our thinking." Well, just do it. Get it going. Because on the other side of that, you'll be better off for it. As a company, you will grow even more. You'll make your company more secure. Don't we want to make the country more secure by getting away from China when it comes to products and supply chains and going to other places that actually like us? Why would we not want to do that? And I get tired of people trashing those that say that it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's only impossible because it's uncomfortable. You just like your good thing. You like the things the way it is. Making a lot of money. I kind of like the convenience. No, I don't. I'm willing to feel a little bit of hurt. Like we're not feeling any hurt today. I'm okay for a little short-term hurt in moving around supply chains, which you probably wouldn't even notice, to know that we're going to be secure in our energy and secure in our products. I mean, who would think that that's a bad thing? Yeah, by the way, speaking of what is a bad thing, coming up we'll have the latest on how the Biden administration is doing for you. Biden's America is quite an impressive place to live in right now. If you're somebody who, well, it's really not. I got to be honest. It's a little rough. And even leading into the holidays, there might be some rough times coming. But don't you worry about it. We don't have mean tweets, so we're good. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's, and you can subscribe to the podcast there at the website as well, drewsteele.com. We appreciate that. A lot coming up, including, let's see, New York City phasing out gifted and talented public school programs, because, it's... Well, it's racist, is what it is. It's what they're saying. That's what they're doing here. So we don't want anybody talented or gifted at all to excel. Everybody's got to be at the same level because, I saw science. And not only that, but the former President Trump was out in Iowa, some of the things that he talked about, and even some of the things that have to do with vaccines and vaccine mandates, and even the lab leak theory, and going back to what we know and don't know, and Fauci's comments over the weekend about Halloween and whether or not you can have it or not. All of that is coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Florida's climate allows us to spend a lot of time out of doors. But if you're working in the yard, be sure to stay safe. When trimming trees or vegetation, always carefully look first for power lines. You can be seriously injured or killed if you or anything you are touching comes in contact with a power line. Remember, always stay at least 10 feet away from neighborhood power lines and 30 feet away from larger power lines. A safety first reminder from Florida Power and Light and this station.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now, you're hot under the collar, too. I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 System Saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
You don't get to be the league's all-time leading rusher without feeling some pain.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows joint pain, and he also knows the old treatments aren't the only treatments. Today, there's a natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from QC Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain.
Don't put it off. Call QC Kinetics. Restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime and lasting results.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
QC Kinetics.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Dr. Svetlana Kogan here, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South in Naples. Many of you wonder what holistic practice is. Well, good health is like a puzzle. It depends on how you perceive yourself, your environment, what you eat, your relationships, and lifestyle. It takes time and skill for the doctor to put these pieces of the puzzle together for you and come up with solutions customized to your specific needs. Holistic doctors believe that less medication is better and use preventive approach to keep you out of harm's way. This is also a concierge practice. Every patient gets my email and cell phone for emergencies and can be seen the same day if necessary. You are seen by me personally, and we take all the time that you need. You can visit my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn about how I, Dr. Svetlana Kogan, can help you feel healthy and balanced again.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
It's another weapon to fight COVID. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A pill to treat it, added to the vaccines to prevent it, and it may be available soon. Fox's Evan Brown has the update live.
Yeah, Dave, drug maker Merck is now applying to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for emergency use authorization for an antiviral pill. Merck says molnupiravir can treat adults infected with COVID-19 and prevent severe illness needing hospitalization. It could be an alternative to monoclonal antibody treatments, which require either multiple injections or IV infusion. The U.S. government is already committed to buying enough pills to treat 1.7 million people at less than half the cost of antibody treatments, Dave.
Evan, the number of COVID cases declined a third straight week, 656,000. This after several weeks over 1 million in the U.S. COVID deaths dropped a second consecutive week. President Biden urged his fellow Democrats in Congress over the weekend to be unified.
Even with progressives and moderates still playing that tug of war over the price tag of those two massive spending bills, Democrats believe that a deal will eventually get done. But House Speaker Nancy Pelosi linked the massive reconciliation bill to a smaller bipartisan infrastructure bill, and now both are in jeopardy.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. All Republicans oppose the spending but may not be able to block it. The Nobel Prize for Economics was just awarded this morning to 3 economists here in the U.S. David Card, honored for his work contributing to labor policies. Joshua Angrist and Guido Imbens also sharing the award for their studies on causal relationships. Our economy could be affected by surging gas prices, hitting a 7-year high, along with oil, which has spiked to $81 a barrel this morning.
We may have further gasoline price increases from crude oil if crude doesn't retreat fairly quickly.
Analyst Tripoli Lundberg's survey of stations has regular gas up to $3.31 per gallon. AAA's national average $3.27. America's listening to Fox News.
Big news.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
Good Monday morning, Southwest Florida. I do have a fatal crash on US 41 heading northbound around Winkler. There is significant roadblock. Actually, Fort Myers police tweeting out Cleveland Avenue will be shut down at Winkler Avenue for a fatal traffic accident. Southbound traffic will be diverted west on Winkler, and northbound traffic will be diverted east on Winkler. The roadway will be closed for an undetermined amount of time. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday as we kick off a new work week. We will be looking at a much drier week compared to what we had last week. Today featuring a few showers possible in the afternoon. Still another warm day with temperatures topping off near 90 degrees. We keep it quieter as we head into later tonight. Temperatures cooling to 71 as we kick off your Tuesday. 91 for high tomorrow. Look out for more chances for isolated afternoon rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, with highs remaining in the lower 90s. I'm Week News with Authority Meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Leftists make you fret? Check out rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis, sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know? You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to trulynolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
Stop. Don't purchase any diamonds, jewelry, or engagement rings until you come to Duncan's Diamonds. We are not your typical jewelry store. Here are a few reasons. Family owned. Stuart Duncan and his family have been involved in the wholesale diamond business for nearly a century. No middleman. We are direct diamond importers, offering prices 30 to 40% lower than the rest, passing all those savings to you. No pressure. We are not paid on commission. We are here to help you even if you do not purchase from us and to make sure you are happy. The largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to millions of jewelry styles, and that is up to 30 times what you find in an ordinary jewelry store. Free services, like clean and check whether you purchased from us or not. Don't take our word from a radio ad. Visit Duncan's Diamonds. We will prove we will not be undersold anywhere, anytime, by anybody. Duncan's Diamonds.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport. They meticulously pad wrap everything and secure your valuables and gently pack, transport, and set them up. Rice's Moving and Transport employs skilled professional movers who respect your belongings, not just young hunks who can lift heavy things. Moving is stressful enough. Don't stress about hiring the right moving company. Here's what Teresa in Naples said about Rice's Moving and Transport. I was so impressed when your moving crew came to my home. They politely introduced themselves by name. Seemed small, but it made an impression. When you need help moving, trust Rice's Moving and Transport. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. Right there at the website, you could do it, and we do appreciate that. You could do it. Yeah, there. There's a little button you can click on. What are you laughing at? Why is Jake laughing? What's so funny back there? What's your deal today? It's Indigenous Peoples Day today, and he's just thrown all caution to the wind. That's what it is. He just, How are you going to celebrate today?
I'm
what are you
eating
going to do?
biscuits and gravy. I'm going to make from scratch. Make my gravy from scratch. I'm going to get some sausage on my way home.
What does that have to
eggs.
do with Indigenous Peoples Day?
You asked me how I was celebrating.
Oh, all right. So it's just okay. You're just you're a little confused. You're not sure if it's Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, if it's Sausage and Gravy Day, whatever it is. Just one of those. Okay.
If it's the day that we all, could, be thankful for the land that we have. So
No, you're talking about Thanksgiving. You're missing the whole. Forget it. You're missing the whole point of. Never mind. We're moving on.
Right.
We are moving on. All right. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit about Josh Rogan from the Washington Post was on Megyn Kelly's great podcast. She's got a really good podcast, and they were talking about a couple of things that I'm not sure many people have been discussing when it comes to the vid and the Wuhan lab and whether or not we are getting all the information we should be getting. As a matter of fact, she was quite blunt in her assessment of saying that enough is enough. We need the truth and the facts about what happened. And there's a very legitimate reason why, as Josh Rogan was bringing up, about why it's important now more than ever to have the truth about it. Look, the people have said things like, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter. It's here. It's now. What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. Because if you don't get to the truth and find out exactly what happened, then you're never going to be able to stop the next one from taking place and your next freedoms and liberties from being taken from you. Do you get that? Does that make sense? If you have the answer to the question of how this happened and where it came from, wherever it goes with the facts, then you know how to battle it the next time, and you know whether the experts are going to be right when they bring this up. But as long as that's out in the ether and nobody can say how it happened, then they can decide how they're going to go after this any way that they want, including taking away your freedoms and liberties. Does that make sense? I hope so. We're going to get to that coming up in just a second. All right. It was C-SPAN who was mentioning the fact that the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, was in Iowa. And it was a Save America rally that was taking place. And they were talking about campaign 2024 as Trump's in Iowa. Well, he hasn't even said anything yet as to whether he's going to run or not. And it's hard to believe he's not going to run at this point. Not really sure. But man, another one of those huge rallies. Just big. A lot of people still showing up. I know you would think at this point people would be like, all right, we're moving on. Nope. No, they're not moving on. The importance of Iowa he talked about in 2024 or actually in 2022 and taking back the House and the Senate and then, of course, the White House in 24. And the Republicans need a net gain of just 1 seat in the Senate and a net gain of just 5 in the White House. I mean, in the House of Representatives to win back the majority. Can I say that again? How we are this close, my fingers are thinly spread apart, from being right there when it comes to changing the direction of the country. And how there is no mandate. There's never been a mandate. Nobody is saying Joe Biden is, and the reason why 762 million people voted for him is because this is an agenda that we want to move forward. It's not a joke.
Not a joke.
We're only a net gain of 1 seat in the Senate and a net gain of 5 in the House to win back the majority. The only Democrat in the House from Iowa narrowly won. So Republicans are definitely targeting that seat as a possibility to take it back. 53% of Iowans have a favorable view of the former president, Trump, as opposed to 45% unfavorable. And Biden's deeply underwater there with 31% of Iowans approving. And even the former president was bringing that up like 31%.
1% approval in Iowa. Who the hell are the 31%? Is anybody here that voted? Any 31%ers?
I think that's funny only because how many times have you said that, Jake, right? It's like 4 out of 5 dentists surveyed recommend sugarless gum for the patient who chew gum. And then there's one that's like, I'm cool with sugar gums. And everybody's like, who's the one guy? Who's the one guy that thinks that chewing gum with sugar in it all the time is good for your teeth? Like, who's that guy? Who's that dentist? I need to know because I can't go to that guy, right? Don't you want to know who that is? It's still a mystery that plagues us today. I mean, it's a mystery. It's huge. It's a big deal. We haven't even solved that. We haven't solved that. We haven't solved, what's the big Sasquatchy guy out in the Everglades?
Bigfoot.
No, the other, what's the one out in the Everglades? There's a Sasquatchy guy out in the Everglades. What's that called?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Wow. Did you just make a Rosie O'Donnell joke?
That's what came to my head. I don't know.
How in the world? Are you okay?
I thought it was Bigfoot.
No, somebody will call. 239-479-5592.
The Yeti?
Call. No, it's not a Yeti. That's a coffee mug or a cooler. No, somebody will tell us. What else did the former president say yesterday?
It's crammed with so-called equity.
Oh, he's talking about the budget, this reconciliation bill, the budget. The Build Back Better plan is what he's talking about.
It's crammed with so-called equity provisions. Equity, you know what equity means? We're going to take it away from you and give it to other people. I don't think they're going to take it away from too many of you. I have a feeling. I don't think they're going to take it away from you. But it's a code word for illegal government discrimination that they want to bring to everything from education to housing to health care to our military.
Yep.
They're also giving the IRS the power to destroy people, just like they tried to do with the Tea Party.
Right? I mean, can you believe this? Bringing up the IRS there and looking into bank accounts of pretty much everybody. Digital currencies, which is the most dangerous thing that you can ever imagine in your life. Digital currencies are being discussed. We're talking about this. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard to stop it from happening. Digital currencies, a way that you will be marked with the money that you have in an account that will be looked at by bureaucrats who could look at you and say that your money can't move, or they have questions about whether or not you should have that money and where you got it from. I mean, it is outrageous, some of the things that are being talked about and what's going on. He talked about the Biden agenda being a naked power grab, a monstrosity, and so dangerous for the country. And then, bringing up the equity provision and the illegal government discrimination. Right? Just talking about how everything is woke, this woke movement.
Everything woke turns to shit.
All right, we got it. Yeah. But, there's even more here with this. In just a little bit, we're going to get to this Josh Rogan audio from the Washington Post. He was on with Megyn Kelly talking about the issues with the Wuhan lab leak theory and how we're not getting the truth, and it's meaningful in what we can expect from government moving into the future. It's really an important discussion that we're going to get to in just a second. But again, when you get to some of the woke and some of what is out there and what we found out even this weekend, and how we are very close to a change that could be happening when you talk about flipping one Senate seat and just 5 in the House, and how already there are some seats that look like they are a done deal. I'm feeling pretty good about what the Republicans have coming up. But even on a national level and a greater scale, and the culture issues that we have right now, and in a culture that says you are forced to believe and accept what we tell you. There is this forced acceptance. You have no choice. When in New York City, they're getting ready to phase out gifted and talented public school programs, and according to NBC, the story goes because it's racist. The era of judging a 4-year-old based on a single test is over, Mayor Bill de Blasio said, and New York City is going to phase that out. So how wonderful is this going to be that from now on, if this were to be something that would be accepted throughout the country, which, by the way, we don't. We understand that talented and gifted programs should still be there to nurture those that are. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with your kids aspiring to be better and to have children that that are exceptional, to nurture that as well, because they are the ones that will certainly be a part of creating and doing things that we could never even imagine. And everybody has that opportunity. But to suggest that some are not allowed to take that step or be that way because it's racist, or to suggest that everybody should be on equity, that everybody should be on an equal playing field, and that there should be no one that is exceptional because Oh, we just can't have that. In society, we can't have exceptional people. We can't say that. So what about the people that aren't exceptional? How do you think that they feel? That as a culture, we're told that we have to accept that. But I believe as a country and as a culture, we don't. And we're not going to be, you can't force people to change this way. There's no difference between boys and girls. There's no difference between men and women. They're one and the same. It's biology be damned. Just throw it out. Just forget about it. And so we're going to force you to, no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to allow that to take place. You're not going to get what you want by forcing people to do what you want. Does that make sense? All right, hold on a second. Robert's holding patiently in the estates. Robert, what's the Sasquatchy thing out in the Everglades? What's that called again?
That's the domestic Florida skunk ape.
That's it, the skunk ape.
Skunk ape.
That is correct.
Yes, not domesticated, domestic.
Okay. Have you seen one? Do you know a lot about this thing, Robert?
I know nothing about them, but I know there's true believers with intelligence and they actually believe it.
Yeah.
But I don't. But they're out there, buddy.
So what is it about it that you don't? Why not believe it? Why not go with it? I mean, the passion behind it and the belief and the evidence and the footprints and the scat and all that kind of fun stuff. I don't know if there's scat. Usually,
you gotta have. There's got to be more than one. There's got to be families of them, and no one's seen them.
Well,
so
they're good at hiding out.
Just like the manhunt route for Laundry right now, too, right?
Yeah, right.
Maybe they know each other.
All right.
We're hooking up.
We've gone into a really bad place. Goodbye, Robert. 239-479-5592. So there you go. It's the scum game. All right. So what else do we have? Coming up this morning, we'll talk more about this culture of forced acceptance. You've got Google and YouTube saying, listen, if you're a climate denier, we are not going to allow you to monetize on our platforms. There's got to be more to that story, and there is. And it's pretty serious. Eliminating gifted and talented school programs because it's racist. We just can't have that. Oh, but there's more. How about the prosecution of shoplifters or not doing it? And then there's one other story that's out there as well that is hard to hear. But you got a mom that's furious at a doctor for suggesting that she should consider the risks of giving her small, young child puberty blockers. The idea that a 4 or 5-year-old can tell you and dictate to you what gender they believe that they are at 4 or 5 years of age, and that a parent would be ready to dive in and head to a doctor to find out how quickly they could get them puberty blockers to change the growth of that child, and how somehow, by doing that, it's an evidence of love. Yeah, and a culture that tells you that you have to accept that. And if you don't, then you're on the wrong side of history. You're on the wrong side of the future. No. We don't do that here. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
Right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
When you want the very best for your home, there's only one name that stands alone. Hardware and glass, in harmony. No frames, no mess. You'll love what you see. Quality, style, and huge selection. Give your bath the look of perfection. Wanna see more? Go to my shower door.
Introducing the Fpl Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. You can monitor, analyze, even simulate your energy use and save. Find savings to sing about at fpl.com/take control.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Two 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, jersteel.com, the website, Steel has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast as well. It's pretty funny. Did you hear there were some pretty big college football games this weekend? I guess one was at Texas A&M, had a historic football victory over, who was it, Alabama? Is that right? Is that who they beat?
Oh, yeah, they did.
Oh, they did. Okay. Right. Isn't your family, where's your family from? What?
I mean, we're from here.
Okay.
I'm a 9th generation Floridian.
All right, but
I did live in Alabama.
All right, you lived in Alabama. Okay.
I did.
Right. And Alabamians, is that how you say it? Alabamans, how would you say the people that live in Alabama? How would you describe them as? Alabamans, Americans? Just leave it alone. They love their football. They love their college football. They love their team.
That's pretty much all they got.
Well, aren't they the big? Weren't they number one, or they are number one?
They're always number one.
Okay, they're always
Yeah.
number one. Well, yeah. No, I don't.
They have the most national championships out of any. They'll never let you forget about it either. I'm pretty sure we have some Alabama fans listening. Call us. Tell us about how much you love Alabama.
All right. So, well, did you hear about that local meteorologist who was on TV? She was doing the weather forecast while the game was going on. Did you hear this? She was just super excited. I guess she's from Alabama. She lives in Illinois, and she was doing the weather forecast. This is pretty good audio. Listen.
Let you in on a little something behind the scenes here. Efforts is really focused on the Texas A&M and the Alabama game.
We're tied right now. It's 38-38. We have the ball. It's like a minute 26 left. You just need to eat the time against a field goal range, kick a field goal, and then we would win. It'd be the first time we beat Alabama since Johnny Manziel.
I'm trying to let her know that we do need to hear about the weather, though.
Yes.
I think you have a good forecast. People are going to want to hear about that.
Okay, so she's on the program. The game is going on. She's super excited. Clearly, you can tell she's super excited about the game. And the guy's like, "Listen, you got to do the forecast, right?" Are they in Iowa? Is that where they are? I guess maybe in Davenport. Yeah. So now listen to what happens, because apparently she's watching the game while she's on the air trying to do the weather forecast. Listen.
Early Tuesday. Now, although we're getting a lot of rain this week, I thought I would let you guys know the fall foliage right now is this week. We're expecting it this week. It's going to be around this Friday as peak foliage this week right now.
So while she's on the air, I guess she's watching the game, and then something happened and they won the game while she was on the air, and that's pretty funny. That's good stuff. So she's super pumped. So there you go. Congratulations to Texas A&M. I guess, and I don't know what that does to Alabama. Or, sorry, I should probably follow college football a little more. It's like if you're a purist, right? That's where you want to go. College football, it's the most exciting. Anything can happen any given Sunday, right? Isn't that the whole idea? It's the college side. Jake says, yes.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care.
That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams.
West Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Ty Lassiter here, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The drug company Merck has asked for federal approval of its antiviral pill to treat COVID-19 infections. It needs clearance by the Food and Drug Administration. Chief White House Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci says about the pandemic and Halloween coming up, maybe just be a little more careful.
You're outdoors for the most part, at least when my children were out there doing trick-or-treating, and enjoy it.
Dr. Fauci on CNN State of the Union. It's a holiday, Columbus Day on the federal calendar, Indigenous Peoples Day in more and more cities and states, and President Biden's the first to officially recognize both.
President Biden last week signed a proclamation declaring October 11th, 2021 Indigenous Peoples Day, writing that the promise of equality and opportunity for all people is a promise we have never fully lived up to, and that is especially true when it comes to upholding the rights and dignity of Indigenous people.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Most government offices, the Postal Service, and most banks are closed today. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning, Southwest Florida. I do have a fatal crash in Fort Myers we are watching on US 41 heading north at Winkler. Cleveland Avenue is shut down. Fort Myers police are on scene. They're diverting any southbound traffic to the west and any northbound traffic to the east. But you may want to stick with Fowler Street. Will get you where you need to go faster without all those delays we're seeing on Cleveland. Another crash we're watching in North Fort Myers on North Cleveland Avenue and Northeast Pine Island Road. We do know there is roadblock in the right lanes. If you're headed that way, expect significant delays that we're seeing on our maps. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday as we kick off a new work week. We will be looking at a much drier week compared to what we had last week. Today featuring a few showers possible in the afternoon. Still another warm day with temperatures topping off near 90 degrees. We keep it quieter as we head into later tonight. Temperatures cooling to 71 as we kick off your Tuesday. 91 for high tomorrow. Look out for more chances for isolated afternoon rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, with highs remaining in the lower 90s. I'm Week News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Hey, this is Papa with a special message. God bless America. I moved our family here in 1986 from Texas. I was brought up with the old-fashioned conservative values. Be honest, tell the truth, do a good job. Hopefully my three sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, will continue our family business with these same old-fashioned values. If you do call for our free inspection, we'll be honest and show you the facts. If you don't need a new roof, we'll tell you. If you only need some repairs and want your roof to look new and beautiful, we'll do that too, and we'll make it affordable. Many of our customers are snowbirds, and many have told us that they want to move here permanently because of the sad state of affairs in their cities. We love Southwest Florida, and thanks to you, we have a good business. Call me for a free inspection, and we will be on time, and we'll do a good job. Call me at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We love the good old USA. License number CCC 1326213.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. Coming up in about 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Have a little bit of fun with us. Get ready for that coming up. Impress the friends and family or your kids or whatever it is you got going on today. That is coming up. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on a second. This just in.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, we got the report here on Biden's America. From what I'm understanding, things are pretty interesting out there.
Biden's America.
Poor kids are just as tall as white kids.
In Biden's America.
Lion dog face pony shoulder.
In Biden's America. Who knows what we'll see?
You know the thing.
You know the thing.
Get your words straight, Jack. Come on, man.
In the overall economy, what else matters to the average American? Gas prices. And gas prices in October 2021, they are at its highest point since October of 2014, $3.19. Now, obviously, there are a number of issues as to the reason why, but trying to explain OPEC Plus to a person who has to fill up their tank at $3.19 doesn't necessarily work super well if you're the White House. And another looming and very real issue going on, the supply chain. Take a look at some of these headlines. America is running out of everything. Christmas at risk as supply chain disaster only gets worse. Your holiday turkey may be harder to come by this season.
Okay. The holidays at risk. Your turkey may be harder to find in Christmas shopping. But everything's fine, everybody. Listen, 672 million people voted for Joe Biden, and you can't beat it. Well, I mean, you actually can. It's not really good. A disastrous jobs report on Friday, and how are we building back better? How are we doing here?
In total, the job creation in the first 8 months of my administration is nearly 5 million jobs. Jobs up, wages up, unemployment down.
So in other words, Joe Biden's spinning the heck out of things. You know, it's interesting when you're starting at zero and you work your way up because, of COVID. It's really good how you can spin the numbers. It's the worst jobs report of his administration so far, but everything is good. They're creating jobs like you cannot believe. Now, in that creation, nobody seems to want to take those jobs. I wonder why. Why do we have so many jobs right now? Why do we have so much that is happening? Who was it? It was Bill Maher who was talking about that as well. I want to see if I can find this audio. I don't know if I have it, and I probably can't play it right off the cuff because there's always cussing in there when it comes to Bill Maher and his program because he likes to do that thing. But I think he was talking about it over the weekend, how it's pretty hard to build back better when nobody wants to build. Nobody wants to work. And who are you going to blame for that? Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. You're going to blame Trump. All right. So we got that going on. What else is happening here? Oh, there's so many things that I wanted to touch on this morning. All right, let's get to this. How about the fact that we talked about this a little earlier, and I think that we have concerns about how we are being talked to with regard to the vid. Whether or not we're getting all the truth, whether we're getting the facts, or it's the truth over facts.
We choose truth over facts.
Yeah, okay. You've got Dana Bash for CNN, who is asking the Fauci, just simple questions like, are we ever going to figure out when we're going to stop wearing masks? When do we get to stop doing that?
How long do you think it will be until it's safe for vaccinated people to once again be indoors without a mask?
Indoors without a mask. What do you got?
It's always tough to predict that. I think if we continue to go down in the cases that we're seeing right now and more people get vaccinated, as the dynamics of the outbreak, namely...
Okay, I got to stop. Okay, maybe, we'll see how the numbers go. Maybe they'll start going down. We'll see. There's always these peaks and valleys, in which case, again, moving the goalpost for the millionth time. When are we going to not... With the vaccinated, when are we not going to have to wear masks indoors? I mean, all of these things continue to be discussed this way. And people are just like, listen, it gets tiresome with the Southwest Airlines situation, as you probably heard over the weekend, when you had 2,000 flights canceled. We're told it was because of the weather, but the weather was fine in Jacksonville. It wasn't the weather. There were other flights that were flying. So what happened? There were people that apparently were doing a sick out, and they were just upset about the fact that the pilots and others all had to be vaccinated on Southwest, the employees of Southwest Airlines. And they just wanted to let people know that they're not happy about this. Delta, I think, is the only airlines right now that doesn't have vaccination mandates. But it is really ultimately about getting down to the truth and how we have this crisis of trust. in all different places, including in those that we are told have been the experts. We've always been told that the people like Fauci and the CDC and the others in bureaucracies and governments, that these are the experts and they know exactly what they're doing, until you find out when push comes to shove that no, it's all about the bureaucracy. And that maybe now we're starting to find out more and more that those that we're supposed to trust, that we don't and we can't. And even when it comes to something simple like the Wuhan lab and whether or not the vid started there are important aspects to this. And I know there are people that tune out on this because they don't want to talk about this anymore. They've had enough of this. But let me play this audio from Megyn Kelly's podcast. And it's Josh Rogan from the Washington Post, as he's been following this story on vaccines mandates, and the Wuhan lab. And one of the things that she asked about was how the lab has been never really looked at. And it's just like this administration has just completely blown this off.
You know, tragically, it seems that the Biden administration has decided to throw its hands up, that they don't have any real plan that I can tell to try to figure out how he got into this mess. They won't release any of the intelligence that they're sitting on. They won't press the Chinese government to open up any of its books or open up the labs for any real investigation. They have this, like, if you think about it, horrendously and obviously weak alibi that they want China to cooperate with the World Health Organization, when they know, and they'll tell you when the cameras are off, that that's never going to happen. And, you know, we wasted a year not looking for the coronavirus origins because people thought the lab leak was a Trump idea and they didn't want to get behind.
Yeah, stop that right there. Listen to that. Now, listen again. This is so important. This is one of the big takeaways here that we're talking about with this. Again, Josh Rogan, Washington Post, who says,
and, you know, we wasted a year not looking for the coronavirus origins because people thought the lab leak was a Trump idea and they didn't want to get behind a Trump idea. So all the scientists who were the closest friends of the lab, like Peter Daszak, you just mentioned, called it a conspiracy theory. And we went through a year of that. And then finally, the Biden administration came in and they said, no, it's not a conspiracy. Actually, some in our own intelligence community think it was the lab, and we're going to look into it. And they promised to look into it. And all of a sudden, you couldn't call it a conspiracy theory because that would mean that Joe Biden would have to be in on the conspiracy. It doesn't make any sense, right? So now there was some hope. And now after they did it, what we found out is that they didn't really look.
They didn't really look. That they just didn't look. And that they want to blame Trump. And this is all made up. And they didn't bother to look. They just looked in a small little area, but they didn't take the time. And again, it's dangerous because then what ends up happening is you're giving an open source, an open day, an open game for those that are the experts who aren't going to tell you exactly what happened. Was it natural? Did it come from nature, or was it created in a lab? That ultimately what happens is that you have a situation where they can continue to perpetuate all of this, to keep all the masking and mandates happening and keep taking away those freedoms and liberty from you, because they've never defined what it is that happened. Because if they could define it and they can say what it is, then they can put a stop to it because they know exactly what's going on. They know exactly where it came from. They know the origins. That means something. And then, of course, who's policing who? Like, who's even watching Fauci and Daszak from EcoHealth, that were funding this gain-of-function research? Like, who's even watching over the policing of all of these bureaucracies?
We can't have the scientists policing the scientists. It doesn't work. That's what we should have learned from this pandemic. We can't have Anthony Fauci overseeing Anthony Fauci. We can't have Francis Collins overseeing Francis Collins. We can't have the EcoHealth Alliance overseeing Peter Daszak, because it doesn't work, okay? None of these organizations are self-correcting. Now, the fact that it's U.S. taxpayer money means that we actually do have an out here, which is to get Congress and the administration involved, because that's your taxpayer money, my taxpayer money, and there's no accountability. There's no transparency, even in the biggest crisis in the world. And, you know, the thing that I was going to add to your list is that he actually, you know, coordinated the effort to call the lab leak theory a conspiracy theory, as we now know, by coordinating all those letters from the scientists, and put a chilling effect on the scientific community that's only thawing right now, 2 years later. And, you know, that's really what's going on. It's not just, that's why the lab leak theory is is so explosive, not because it implicates China, because it implicates us.
Not because it implicates China, because it implicates us. That is so powerful. This is Josh Rogan from Megyn Kelly's podcast over the weekend. I was getting a chance to check that out. And do you see where he's going here? That when you have the top scientists to the HHS secretary demanding the firing of Peter Daszak, president of EcoHealth Alliance, not getting done. They're just policing themselves. But the company received money from the federal government and in turn gave money to the now infamous Wuhan Institute of Virology, which it appears is where the vid started, and concealing critical information from the government. All of these things happening. The Fauci, who's not being honest with the American people about that funding as well, that we already saw there on Capitol Hill when he was going toe-to-toe with Rand Paul. And what does this mean? It means that there is an opportunity to make this stop so that this will never happen again. And how do you do that? You stop the funding, that Congress has to get involved. That if we were able to switch the Senate and the House and flip it and have Republicans in charge, that maybe, fingers crossed, that they would look at this and say, look, not only do they have to be policed, but we also have to stop the funding. To not allow this to take place again, to not allow another quote-unquote pandemic to pop in the future, and to come to find out that, you know, we're involved in this as well, but that we could put a stop to it. And that's an important aspect to this, is that there are ways to stop this from happening in the future, the way our freedoms and liberty is being taken away right now. But also this idea that the ones that are the most trusted, that we're supposed to trust, can be. It's okay to second guess. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. All right, let's do this right now. If you would like to play, we'd love to have you call right now. Drew's College of Political Knowledge for 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. It's the Indigenous People version, the Indigenous People edition of Drew's College. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing. It just means that it's a Monday. That used to be Columbus Day. That, I guess, apparently can't be called Columbus Day anymore. Well, at least the president now is the first president to identify both Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day. They're sharing the day. How that's going to work, it's a little awkward. We're going to have to figure that out, considering the history. Okay. All right, 5th caller at 239-479-5592. We'll take your calls right now. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Taylor Wirtz.
Good Monday morning, Southwest Florida. I do have a lot of crashes coming out of Lee County. A fatal crash on US 41 northbound at Winkler. So Cleveland Avenue 41 is completely shut down. Fort Myers police are on the scene. They're diverting any southbound traffic to the west and any northbound traffic to the east. So you may just want to stay on Fowler Street. That'll get you where you need to go a lot faster. Another crash in North Fort Myers on Cleveland Avenue and Northeast Pine Island Road. There is roadblock in the right lane, so if you are headed on Cleveland, expect significant delays, but also on Pine Island Road as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday. Look for another drier day today with just a few showers possible for some of us in the afternoon. Most of us, though, will likely remain dry throughout the day with temperatures pushing to 90 degrees. We keep it quieter as we head into tonight. Temperatures cooling to 71 for the overnight time frame as we kick off your Tuesday morning. Another high near about 91 for your Tuesday afternoon with more isolated afternoon rain in the forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
When you run a business, setbacks change everything. And online, they happen fast. With your Comcast Business Internet, you can stay ahead. And now you can add Comcast Business Security Edge to make your network more secure. It helps keep your network safe with scans every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, this helps protect every device that's connected. Because when your information, your people, and your company have Security Edge, you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Find out how to get 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 11/7/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's see. Let's go to Michael. Michael's in Cape Coral. Good morning there, Michael. How are you this morning?
Good gravy and dirty, rotten Democrats.
If you say so. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question starts right now. All right, let's see. How many members serve in the United States Senate? How many senators do we have across the country?
That would be 100.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. Let's see if we get a bachelor's degree on this question. You remember Al Gore was the former vice president of the United States. Before that, he was elected senator. What state was he a senator? You want multiple choice, or you think you can get it?
No, I think I got it.
What is
it? It is the now great state of Tennessee, because it wasn't so great when he was.
That is correct, sir. All right, Tennessee is right. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Who was JFK's vice president?
That would be Lyndon Baines Johnson.
All right, that is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's and a PhD on this question. Democratic presidential nominee Walter Mondale chose this running mate the first time a major party had a female on the ticket. Who was the running mate of Walter Mondale in 1984?
Drew, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, well, you should. No, well, that's not good. That would be Geraldine Ferraro.
Oh, yes. Okay, all right.
Yes, okay. Well, hey, listen, but you did a great job. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College, so you should be filled with just joy and pride on this Indigenous Peoples Day.
I feel honored.
There you go. All right, well, Mike, we appreciate you calling here on Drew's College, 239-479-5592. All right, coming up in just a couple of more minutes, what do we have? We've got all kinds of interesting things going on with the culture. Even God objects to defunding the police. What? That's the headline from Red State. What does that mean? I guess we'll find out exactly what's going on there. Also, some things that not exactly great, a little disturbing. You know, the people in the city of New York vote for very interesting policies. One of them has the effect that many people knew was going to happen when the city decided that they were not going to prosecute shoplifters in the city of New York. Well, it has left drugstores like CVS and Duane Reade and Walgreens, the shelves bare of products because, well, they just don't prosecute it. But, you know, Democrat-led communist Marxist cities, they got everything under control. Or do they? Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up. Stay break, 92.5 Fox News.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Want to work with the best pros in the HVAC industry? You just might be a match for our team. 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating is seeking trustworthy, friendly individuals who want a rewarding career helping people. With industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential, we also provide ongoing training and professional development. Join our team. Call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
An equal opportunity employer.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store. It's 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
It's a pill to treat COVID. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Merck is asking the FDA for emergency use authorization for an antiviral drug to treat COVID patients, the first one that wouldn't need an IV or injection. Merck says in studies the pill was shown to cut hospitalizations and deaths in half among those with early symptoms. As Republicans keep pushing back on COVID vaccine mandates, many companies have put in place at President Biden's urging. Congressman Steve Scalise tells Fox News Sunday.
Well, and they also just laid off a large swath of people, and you're seeing in a number of states where they have the mandates, hospital workers, for example, getting fired, police officers leaving the job.
The president urged his fellow Democrats over the weekend to unify as they work out differences on a massive spending plan Republicans oppose.
But there is still a divide here, and there are even some liberals warning the longer this debate drags on when it comes to spending, the bigger the chance that nothing gets done.
Fox's Mark Meredith. Some moderates are pushing for a big cut in the $3.5 trillion price tag. What's it like to find out you just won a Nobel Prize?
I was just absolutely stunned then to get a telephone call, and then I was just absolutely thrilled to hear the news.
Guido Imbens, a professor at Stanford, is sharing the Nobel Economics Prize with two other economists here in the U.S. for their work on labor issues and causal relationships. It's another frustrating day for thousands of air travelers who want to get away on Southwest. Fox's Evan Brown has an update live.
Yeah, Dave, 1,900 Southwest Airlines flights were canceled this weekend. Stranding travelers are sending them to try to buy tickets on other carriers or rent cars to drive to their destinations. Earlier this morning, the FlightAware website was showing more than 300 Southwest flights had already been canceled for today. The airline was blaming the weather at first, but a number of industry experts say Southwest is simply understaffed and can't fly its scheduled flights, Dave.
America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News traffic.
Good Monday morning, Southwest Florida. I do have a lot of crashes coming out of Lee County. A fatal crash on US 41 northbound at Winkler. So Cleveland Avenue 41 is completely shut down. Fort Myers police are on the scene. They're diverting any southbound traffic to the west and any northbound traffic to the east. So you may just want to stay on Fowler Street. That'll get you where you need to go a lot faster. Another crash in North Fort Myers on Cleveland Avenue and Northeast Pine Island Road. There is roadblock in the right lane, so if you are headed on Cleveland, expect significant delays, but also on Pine Island Road as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday as we kick off a new work week. We will be looking at a much drier week compared to what we had last week. Today featuring a few showers possible in the afternoon. Still another warm day with temperatures topping off near 90 degrees. We keep it quieter as we head into later tonight. Temperatures cooling to 71 as we kick off your Tuesday. 91 for high tomorrow. Look out for more chances for isolated afternoon rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week with highs remaining in the lower 90s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
This is a message for all men. Look, my family doctor said my ED was incurable. There was nothing anyone could do but perform surgery. My wife was supportive. She told me it wasn't important and there were other things we could do, but deep down, I knew she was disappointed. I felt less of a man, less of a husband. I was embarrassed. I heard the ads for the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, and I thought to myself, how can the doctors at that clinic claim to resolve my erectile dysfunction in 15 minutes or less? So I called, made an appointment, my wife went with me, and let me say, my doctor was wrong. We have regained our intimacy. They can help. No matter your age or your condition, $99 for a doctor consultation and a test dose of the medication can help. Call now, 239-317-7777, 317-7777, 317-7777, or FortMyersMen'sClinic.com. And be sure to ask about the incredible Pulse ED, known to increase stamina, sensitivity, and even size.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
When you want the very best for your home, there's only one name that stands alone. Hardware and glass in harmony, no frames, no mess. You'll love what you see. Quality, style, and huge selection. Give your bath the look of perfection. Wanna see more? Go to my shower door.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. Already hours 1 and 2 are up and are ready to go for you. So we appreciate you watching and subscribing. All right, a couple of things that are going on here. It seems like the news keeps moving and moving on this story. We're keeping an eye on it. The cancellation of all these flights, right? Southwest Airlines, and people are saying, oh boy, I'll tell you what, the weather was really awful. Until you come to find out that the weather was absolutely fine. So that really wasn't it. This huge problem over the weekend. 800 flights canceled on Saturday, 1,000 more on Sunday. And people saying, oh, bad weather. But then why were other flights flying out of Jacksonville? You would imagine that if it was bad weather, then they all would have been shut down. It's 28. It was like 28% of its schedule. The scale of it was huge. Well, there's other things that are starting to pop now. As it was said that, the Southwest Pilots Association denies that there was any involvement in an action that might be a sick out, which is what they're saying, that it was a sick out. That's what happened because of vaccination mandates. And is that possible that happened? Of course, they're not going to claim that they did that because that would be, right, maybe an illegal job action. So they're not going to admit to it. But now we're starting to hear that American Airlines might be doing the same thing. Their pilots union is warning of a possible staffing shortage if the stringent mandates are employed there for the COVID vaccines. They're talking about this. Amtrak. Wait a minute. Amtrak too? There were questions being raised about Amtrak after 2 trains were canceled, as well as for some quote-unquote unforeseen crew issues. Trains 465 and 416 departing on 10/10 canceled due to unforeseen crew issues. Nobody's explaining what's going on. They're not saying why it's happening, but there are people that are guessing. Is that what this is? The acceleration of the Biden mandates on vaccinations have now had people looking and saying, well, hold on a second. When it comes to my job and being able to feed my family versus being able to make a choice about the vid and the vaccine, well, not the vid, but the vaccine, and the taking away of our freedom and liberty. Yeah, I know there are some people that are just like, what are you talking about? It's not, it's about the greater good. It's the greater good, everybody. Well, when you understand that, and we've all realized now that the truth of the matter is when it comes to the vaccine, it works like a therapeutic, kind of like the monoclonal antibodies, or maybe even the pill that's getting ready to be taken, or maybe even natural immunity. When we talk about all these cases and spikes in cases, that also means we have a whole bunch of folks that are going to have natural immunity. That's a good thing, right? I mean, and if somebody has natural immunity and has a question about whether or not they should be vaccinated, that should be a legitimate question to ask, right? That there are people that are doing things and speaking out in ways that, it's going to frustrate. I brought that text up earlier today from Jack Prosobic, who was like, listen, what about when somebody says, hey, if you go to a school board meeting and you are causing all kinds of trouble because you don't like the way your school is teaching your kids, maybe about the transgender kids in bathroom issue, or maybe it's because of CRT, which doesn't exist, by the way. It's a Trump made-up thing. Oh, that's not my words. Wait till you hear this coming up. That you're a domestic terrorist. Well, what about this? How soon is it going to be before these Southwest airline employees that are crippling U.S. air travel are the latest reminder that it's a very short distance from anti-vaxxer to domestic terrorist? That's how the left crazies would think, wouldn't it? That all of us, look what you're doing. You're shutting down commerce. It's getting crazy. But again, we talked about this earlier. It's a crisis of trust and information that we should have. We shouldn't have to go very far. And we should all be on the same page when it comes to facts and truth, because there's only the truth, not your truth or a truth. There's the truth. It's pretty straightforward. When you have, for example, who is it? It was Terry McAuliffe, who's running for governor there in the state of Virginia. He's running against a Republican who's polling pretty well right now, and it looks like he may actually pull this off. and CNN's Dana Bash is sitting with him and talking about critical race theory. And you hear this conversation.
The Washington Post talked to a number of voters, including one who previously backed Democrats, one who voted for you in 2013, but now says, quote, now is switching over to the Republican Glenn Youngkin because he believes public schools are pushing a radical agenda in which American history is portrayed as racist and transgender kids are encouraged to use the bathroom of their choice. So you lost that voter. What do you say to him?
I really hate to see what Glenn Youngkin is trying to do to Virginia, what Donald Trump did our country. I really hate to see the division, the hatred. We're putting these children in this horrible position. Let's just be clear. We don't teach critical race theory. This is a made-up, this is a Trump, Betsy DeVos, Glenn Youngkin plan to divide people.
The Washington...
What? Yes, that's what he said. And there are going to be people that are going to agree with that.
This is a made-up, this is a Trump, Betsy DeVos.
Yeah, a Trump, Betsy DeVos thing. It's all made up. That's right. And it's my Republican opponent. They're all together in the same boat. It's all made up. Critical race theory doesn't exist. We're not teaching kids in schools to do anything like privilege walks or anything like that. We're doing nothing in our schools that would even suggest that we are a racist nation and that we have to tear down all the institutions in the country and build it back better. You might say, hey, you like that? Build it back better. Not a joke.
Not a joke.
Yeah. Everybody knows it is being taught. Oh, it's not in the curriculum, Drew. You know, that's a flat out lie. Oh, well, we understand how it is being used. We understand how the questions are being worded in certain classrooms. We understand how exactly privilege walks work and when they seem very innocent to the youngsters, except when they look around and, you know, a privilege walk, you know what that is, when you have all the kids line up and then you ask questions that are specifically regarding race and the issues of even race and gender and the like, and you come to find out that some of the students are stepping ahead of others that are not. All the questions being molded and crafted in such a way to show division because you're trying to divide kids early to make them believe that there are some that are better than you or worse than you, or they have more privilege than you do. They have more opportunities than you do as 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 year olds, or maybe not that young, but maybe not 4 or 5. Maybe. The point is that who's dividing who? Who is bringing division into this country? And when Terry McAuliffe says it's all made up, it's a lie. It's a flat-out lie. You know, you have the issue of what is being told to our parents, to Indigenous People Day. You can't have a Columbus Day. If you're somebody who is celebrating Columbus Day, or you did celebrate it in the past because it was an Italian heritage day, and that's what you did. That's the only way you didn't think of it as anything else than Italian heritage. And now you're not allowed to have that because we have a history of Christopher Columbus and the way Indigenous people were treated. And so a minority of voices had an opportunity to be the majority of voices because they were lifted up by certain individuals and certain groups and certain media outlets, to now say that that's where you have to be. Because if that's the way that certain issues are brought up and championed, then that's the way it has to be. Like, for example, the transgender kids in bathroom issue or transgender kids in general. Talking about kids here, right? We're not talking about adults who make their own choices. We're talking about kids who are being told and are being taught, and in some cases, even worse than that, are being changed physically by parents who honestly believe that a 4 or 5 year old is going to tell them what gender they are, because it's fluid, everybody, because it's not biology. We throw that out the window. Now, you think that is an outrageous thing to say. But again, we have a culture who is telling us that if you don't get on board this train, then you've got problems, my friend. That it is going to be a culture that is going to literally tell you. I don't know if I use the word literally like that, but it's a culture of forced acceptance. You have no choice. TikTok, here you go. Listen to this mom who's really upset. She's got to find a new doctor for her child. Why does she need to find a new doctor for her child?
I took my trans daughter to see her pediatrician.
Took my trans daughter to see her pediatrician. That's right out of the gate. That's where we're going. Here we go.
I took my trans daughter to see her pediatrician for the first time since she has come out as trans.
Now, this girl that's talking on this TikTok video is probably, Jacob would tell me, 25 years old, maybe 25, about that young, right?
Something like that.
So can't even imagine how young the daughter is.
I called ahead to give them a heads up, and they assured me everything would be okay. When I got there, it was not okay. When we brought up the subject of puberty blockers, which we were just asking for information at this point, the doctor said, "Oh, I do not have any trans patients, and I don't know anything about that." But then proceeded to ask questions such as, "Have you researched people who regret transitioning?" No, I haven't. Because that's not really my concern right now. My concern is to make sure my child doesn't turn into a statistic and unalive herself because she's not being loved and validated. So we're finding a new doctor.
She's not being loved and validated. Your child at 5 years old tells you that he believes he's a she. And your thought on validating your child is to approach a doctor and find one that could have a conversation with you about puberty blockers. Find out a little more about what takes place with puberty blockers and even some of what happens with kids when it comes to transitioning and changing, and what kind of physical changes happen surgically that can't be taken back. You're outraged because the doctor wants to just ask you that question, and you think that's love, that this is loving your child is doing. And again, you are told that just like everything else, that may be the simplest things, like a day that somebody is upset about that has to be flipped because a minority of voices believe that it should be different, to a city who tells you that we're not going to prosecute shoplifters and that the store shelves are empty because that's happening. But that's the way it should be, because it's an awful thing to do to individuals to not allow them to steal up to $1,000 worth of property and do that freely, because that's the way a society should be. Where a city tells you that we have to have, this is the latest, that we have to have gender neutral toy aisles. Did you hear about that, Jake? Hey, how about this for some breaking news? Here you go.
Breaking news.
A bombshell. In the state of California, Gavin Newsom, who is pretty ticked off that he was going to be recalled, and is now taking it out on every citizen in the state of California by going complete another Marxist crazy, says that now we have to have gender fluid toy aisles, gender neutral toy aisles. You can't have boys and girls. I mean, I guess clothing is next, but you better believe it. That Barbie doll's got to be right next to that, G.I. Joe. Well, that's a whole other thing. No, that may not be the right reference. But I mean, have you been to a Walmart or in the past a Toys R Us toy aisle lately? It's already gender neutral because there's toys all over the place. They're all mixed together. Try to go to a shelf and anyway, maybe it's not that. Yeah, but which you have to accept that that's just the way it is, that you have parents who think out of love they're going to find a doctor who's willing to do puberty blockers at the age of 4, and that is true love because the child knows best what they're feeling at 4 years of age. But that you're told that is just the way it is. And if you don't conform, then we've got a problem. And it's no longer a matter of, I choose not to do this. And no. You will be canceled. You'll be doxxed. You may have a tough time getting a credit card or a loan. I know that sounds outrageous. No, it's not. You're not allowed to talk about denying climate change. Climate deniers will not be allowed to monetize on YouTube and Google now. That's the new thing as well. But no, everything is fine. It'll never get that far out. You know, you are allowed to say no. You are allowed to push back. And just like with the story of Southwest and maybe even American Airlines and maybe even Amtrak and maybe even some other businesses that are like, listen, these mandates, we've got therapies that are out there. We've got a lot of information in the past 18 plus months of what the vid is and isn't. And I want to make my choice for my family with consultation with my doctor as to what I want to do personally. And I want to make that choice. I don't want to be mandated to be told how and if I'm allowed to put food on my table for my kids and feed them and clothe them and take care of them based on a mandate that you're giving us, that we do want to have a say in this. Maybe there are people that are going to push back a little bit. Remains to be seen. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
When you run a business, setbacks change everything. And online, they happen fast. With your Comcast Business Internet, you can stay ahead. And now you can add Comcast Business Security Edge to make your network more secure. It helps keep your network safe with scans every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, this helps protect every device that's connected. Because when your information, your people, and your company have Security Edge, you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Find out how to get 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 11/7/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only. Get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, this was very strange. It was, what was it? It was the vice president, Kamala Harris, was sitting with a group of kids. And I guess they were, she's sitting with the kids and explaining something about Space Force and some kind of new, something that was happening with Space Force or something to that effect. And she, listen to this. She's sitting with kids. And I want you to listen to the way she's talking here.
I just love the idea of exploring the unknown. And then there's other things that we just haven't figured out or discovered yet. To think about so much that's out there that we still have to learn. I love that. I love that. And so I'm very excited about the Space Council. We're going to learn so much as we increasingly, I think, are curious and interested in the potential for the discoveries and the work we can do in space. So that's one of the things I'm most excited about. But the other, you guys are going to see, you're going to literally see the craters on the moon with your own eyes. Oh my goodness. With your own eyes, I'm telling you.
There's a little bit of a, it's I don't want to be mean, but it's a little kind of a creep factor. I don't know. How did that sound to you? Did that sound the vice president sitting down with a couple of kids there talking about the space, the stuff about Space Force, space stuff? I don't know. It was a little odd there. All right. Will that be top 5 audio clips? I don't know. We got that coming up in just a couple of more minutes, and we'll get to that on the way. It is, I'm looking at some of the other stuff that's popped. Oh, boy. All right. So we got a couple of other headlines that are popping that I'm going to get to shortly as well. So there is a reason why Google is going after climate denial right now. So we have the reason. And Mitch McConnell dunking on Chuck Schumer is pretty funny.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at Amco of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Introducing the Fpl Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. You can monitor, analyze, even simulate your energy use and save. Find savings to sing about at fpl.com/take control.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning, Southwest Florida. Lots of crashes in Lee County this morning. The main one, we're watching a fatal crash on US 41 heading northbound at Winkler. We know that the northbound lanes of 41 have now reopened, but if you are heading southbound, Fort Myers police might divert you to the west on Winkler. But if you want to avoid that altogether, Fowler Street might be your best bet. Another crash we're watching, 75, very clogged up near the start of where Tice is. All the way down near mile marker 139 is where the crash is. Heading southbound, 75 going to be very congested at this hour. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Monday as we kick off a new work week. We will be looking at a much drier week compared to what we had last week. Today featuring a few showers possible in the afternoon. Still another warm day with temperatures topping off near 90 degrees. We keep it quieter as we head into later tonight. Temperatures cooling to 71 as we kick off your Tuesday. 91 for high tomorrow. Look out for more chances for isolated afternoon rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, with highs remaining in the lower 90s. I'm Wink News with Authority Meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
If you needed heart surgery, who would you call? A doctor who's done it every day or a doctor who's done it once a year? The same is true about your erectile dysfunction. At the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, our Florida physicians focus on one thing: solving your ED. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, prostate cancer, these all contribute to your ED. And our physicians at the Fort Myers Men's Clinic know how to solve your problems. We have over 50 different custom formulations tailored just for you. You get to try the medication containing FDA-approved ingredients right in our office. Your total cost for the consultation, test dose, testosterone, and PSA test is only $99. If the test dose doesn't work, you pay us nothing. So you have absolutely nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Call now. 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777. And move from skeptic to believer. 317-7777, 317-7777, or online at FortMyersMensClinic.com.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing. For 30 years, we have been offering the best warranties in the industry. Remember, D.R. Martineau Roofing. Integrity, knowledge, service. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here of Duncan's Diamonds. People come into our store here in Southwest Florida and are amazed by the selection of beautiful fine jewelry and at exceptional prices. At Duncan's Diamonds, I will make sure personally that we give you the finest quality at the best possible prices. We get very excited about diamonds and are here to help you find that special diamond. We have the largest selection of magnificent and exclusive designer styles for you to choose from. Also, if you find a diamond or style on the internet, bring in a picture and we will get it or make it exactly to your specifications. And our prices and quality will exceed your expectations. I personally guarantee it. At Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere, or any place, and you can count on it. Come in and see us in Fort Myers on US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and in Naples at the Mercado Shopping Center.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
These requirements work. And as the Business Roundtable and others told me when I announced the first requirement, that encouraged businesses to feel they could come in and demand the same thing of their employees. More people are getting vaccinated. More lives are being saved. Let's be clear. When you see headlines and reports of mass firings and hundreds of people losing their jobs, look at the bigger story. I've spoken with Scott Kirby, CEO of United Airlines, who's here today. United went from 59% of their employees to 99% of their employees in less than 2 months after implementing the requirement. 99%.
Okay, that's very strange. So the President of the United States was talking about how awesome it is that the airlines went from 59% vaccinated to 99% of the vaccinated. And don't let the numbers fool you. Listen, yeah, a bunch of people had to leave their job and everything else because they weren't getting vaccinated and mass firings and everything. No, don't focus on that. Focus on the fact that they went from 59 to 99% vaccinated. But of course, to get to that number, they had to fire and get rid of a whole bunch of people. So how do you make that math work? It's what?
Number 4. In the overall economy, what else matters to the average American? Gas prices. And gas prices in October 2021, they are at its highest point since October of 2014, $3.19. Now, obviously, there are a number of issues as to the reason why, but trying to explain OPEC Plus to a person who has to fill up their tank at $3.19 doesn't necessarily work super well if you're the White House. And another looming and very real issue going on, the supply chain. Take a look at some of these headlines. America is running out of everything. Christmas at risk as supply chain disaster only gets worse. Your holiday turkey may be harder to come by this season.
Oh, all right. Just a little bit on the jobs report. It was really a disaster, and the Biden economy and how things are going. And it might be a turkey that might be hard to find. And the turkey population is really happy about that. Shopping at Christmas might be tougher, and getting stuff. But everything is good. Listen, 872 million people wanted Joe Biden as president of the United States, and no mean tweets. You got it.
Number 3.
How long do you think it will be until it's safe for vaccinated people to once again be indoors without a mask?
You know, it's always tough to predict that. I think if we continue to go down in the cases that we're seeing right now and more people get vaccinated, Has the dynamics of the outbreak, namely the amount of virus circulating in the community?
I got to stop right there. Okay, there's Dr. Fauci, the end-all, be-all, who says, oh, by the way, you can kind of sort of have Halloween. It's outdoors, and, the masking thing is okay. But when it comes to actually wearing masks in the vaccinated indoors, CNN's Dana Bash asking, I even don't know yet. I'm not really sure. We haven't really decided yet. We're kind of, the numbers. The numbers go up and numbers go down. And we don't even, are masks ever going to go away, please?
Number 2.
It's crammed with so-called equity provisions. Equity, you know what equity means? We're going to take it away from you and give it to other people. I don't think they're going to take it away from too many of you. I have a feeling. I don't think they're going to take it away from you. But it's a code word for illegal government discrimination that they want to bring to everything from education to housing to health care to our military. They're also giving the IRS the power to destroy people, just like they tried to do with the Tea Party, Christian organizations, and just like they've always been trying to do to me.
A little bit of the former president, Donald Trump, who was in Iowa over the weekend. Big crowds, once again, as you can imagine. People talking about, hey, listen, is this campaign 2024? Stop in Iowa. Very interesting, even though he hasn't declared that he's going to be running or anything like that. But talking about how wokeism and how it is incorporated into the Build Back Better plan, a lot of the things that he was talking about and equity and the like. And you know how woke stuff goes. It's
everything woke turns to shit.
Okay, we got it. Okay, yeah. You really stop that.
Number 1.
Are you forcing your officer to get the vaccine? As I said, no, I'm not forcing anyone. The issue has become so politicized. There are entire groups of employees that are willing to be fired and laid off rather than get vaccinated. So I don't want to be in a position to lose 5-10% of my workforce overnight on a vaccine mandate, while at the same time our bare bones with the funding effort. So
wow. So that is an L.A. County sheriff right there who's declaring that, listen, he's not going to enforce politicized vaccine mandates.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
And I wonder how many people are starting to stop now and push back a little bit with the mandates of vaccinations and really do have genuine questions that have not been answered in 18 months plus time. When it comes to what a vaccine is, and it's a very good thing, and it's a therapeutic, just like many of the other therapeutics that are out there. And as we start to hear more about, we're not hearing enough about natural immunity, which is really driving people crazy. And then the questions there about why we're not hearing more about natural immunity with all of these cases that we constantly hear about, with the 99.93 or whatever it is % of the people that survive COVID, but we're not allowed to talk about that aspect of it, or the obesity issues. We're not allowed to talk about keeping healthy, even though Dr. Fauci in the past has talked about the importance of not getting into the minutia of viruses that could be coming our way back in 2019. But the number one thing we have to be concerned about is eating right and exercise and all of these different things that are very important, knowing full well that has something to do with what we're discussing. Maybe Michael Bloomberg was a little bit ahead of his time when he was talking about the sugary sodas in New York, right? And capping the size of how much sugar. Maybe he was maybe he was right about that. No, that's not really fair. Well, I mean, I don't know. But we have all of this going on, and the experts and people that are questioning the idea of Southwest Airlines and whether or not this was, we're told there wasn't enough staff. They didn't have enough staff. Oh, no, it's actually the weather. The weather was really bad in Jacksonville over the week. No, it wasn't. No, the weather was fine. There were other airlines that were flying. We come to find out that Southwest Airlines had to cancel almost 2,000 flights. American Airlines is even talking about the possibility that their pilots might be objecting to mandates as well. And Amtrak, we're hearing from them. That's a possibility that there are people that are pushing back against mandates. But again, we're told that, nope, you just got to, if you want to get along with people, if you want to do the right thing, you just got to go along. You just got to go along with what everybody is saying and doing. And even when it comes to defunding the police, Democrats are all over it. We know it, right? Defunding the police.
So we've been talking about defunding the police.
There's some issues that we ask police to do, like mental health issues or policing in schools and all the rest, that perhaps we can shuffle some of that money around.
Suck it up. Defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police.
Mayor Eric Garcetti saying, take some of the money from policing, about $150 million.
I applaud Eric Garcetti for doing what he's done.
Yeah, okay. No. Democrats are not talking about defunding the police. It's not happening. It's not what you said. Come on, you got to stop it. Yeah, there's even more.
Not only do we need to disinvest in police, but we need to completely dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department.
Yeah, okay. So there's plenty of that. I got 7 minutes of it, of Democrats claiming that they don't support defunding the police, except here's audio of 7 minutes saying that they want to defund the police. And even God doesn't want to defund the police. Now, I know Red State says even God objects to defunding the police. And what does that mean? It was just Morgan Freeman. So Morgan Freeman, right? Didn't he played God in one of them? I forget which movie. What movie did he play God in? Can somebody please tell me? Do you know? I don't watch enough.
Bruce Almighty.
Is that what it was? So Bruce Almighty. Why do you say it like that? Did you hate the movie that much? You sound really, really
monotone.
Yeah. Why? Are you upset about that? Or is it just because you're trying to figure out what to do today for Indigenous Peoples Day? Like what you can eat. What do you eat on Indigenous Peoples Day? Is it
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not really sure. But anyway, we digress. So, it was Morgan Freeman who said he's not a fan of defunding the police. I'm not in the least bit for defunding the police. Police workers, aside from all the negativity around it, it's very necessary for us to have them. And most of them are guys that are doing their job. They're going about their day-to-day jobs. There are some police who would never pull their guns except in a range and that sort of thing. I don't know. So that's what he's saying. And so you've got Morgan Freeman, who is basically on an island because the rest of Hollywood is all about defunding the police. If that's what the Marxists tell you to do, then that's where you go. You just follow along. All right. 239-479-5592. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll wrap up this show in a tidy way. Tidy? Maybe we'll try to figure out what is the food of choice for an Indigenous Peoples Day today. What are you planning on making? 239-479-5592. Maybe you want to call. We just want to be right and PC. That's all it is, because you never know. You might want to cook a certain food tonight, and you might be offending somebody, or maybe going to an establishment that is going to be offended by the suggestion that, well, I don't know, that you make the certain meal for them. Let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up right now with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Well, happy Monday. Look for another drier day today with just a few showers possible for some of us in the afternoon. Most of us, though, will likely remain dry throughout the day with temperatures pushing to 90 degrees. We keep it quieter as we head into tonight. Temperatures cooling to 71 through the overnight time frame as we kick off your Tuesday morning. Another high near about 91 for your Tuesday afternoon with more isolated afternoon rain in the forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that 200,000 illegal aliens are crossing our border every month? That's like adding a medium-sized American city every single month. That's not a failure, it's an agenda. The Biden administration knows that open borders means more Democrat voters. We aren't losing our country, we're giving it away. But recently I stood beside Governor DeSantis right here in Lee County as he announced his plan to fully mobilize all state resources to fight this illegal invasion. He issued an executive order to cut off state support for resettlement of illegals. He ordered a review of compliance with E-Verify and directed our law enforcement to detain any vehicles transporting illegals. America is a nation of immigrants, but it's also a nation of laws, and Florida has a zero-tolerance policy for those who disregard our laws and disrespect our sovereignty. This is Spencer Roach, and I'm proud to stand with the governor to fight back against the Biden border crisis. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel?
Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, with over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space. Designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel, or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, skimming some of the headlines, checking out some of the stories. One of them I didn't bring up earlier. Is this true? According to Dr. Pierre Corey, MD, MPA, and verified by the Frontline COVID-19 Critical Care Alliance, 100 to 200 congressional reps and or staff and families who contracted COVID were treated with ivermectin. I know, am I allowed to say that? Between 100 and 200 United States Congress members, plus many of their staff and family with COVID, were treated by a colleague over the past 15 months with ivermectin and the iMask Plus protocol at flccc.net. None have gone to hospital, just saying. According to Pierre Corey, MD. Is that true? I don't know. But that's out there. That would be strange. There's not I know it's weird, right? There's a lot of me and not for thee, or for thee and not for me. That's what it is. That seems to be going on. Mitch McConnell dunking all over Chuck Schumer because of his crazy rant. Did you hear that whole crazy rant that Chuck Schumer did? Do we have some of that here?
Leader McConnell and Senate Republicans insisted they wanted a solution to the debt ceiling, but said Democrats must raise it alone by going through a drawn-out, convoluted, and risky reconciliation process.
Now, as he's saying this on the Senate floor, Senator Manchin is behind him with his hands over his face because he can't believe he's saying this. He said it was stupid that he said this about Republicans, and then now Mitch McConnell has come out and written a formal letter to Biden saying that he's not going to be aboard another extension in the future because of Schumer's nasty rant. Look, what did you think he was going to do? Did you honestly think you were going to give him something? You were going to give the Democrats something, and they were going to be nicer to you about it? Of course they were going to use it against you. Why do Republicans continue to do this? Why is it that Republicans, maybe it's just Mitch McConnell, it's not all of them, but man, most of them. Why are you so dopey? Like, why is it that you think that if we reach across the aisle and we shake hands and we come together and, we'll offer to lift the debt ceiling for a little while just to give you guys a chance to kind of think about what you're doing in the error of your ways. We want to do the right thing. And then the Democrats come back and Chuck Schumer's in your face and he's like,
that was simply unacceptable to my caucus. And yesterday, Senate Republicans finally realized that their obstruction was not going to work.
I'm shocked that Chuck Schumer would say something. Well, just stop being shocked. But seriously, you didn't know this was good. I can't believe that they would say something. I can. So could the rest of the country. The former President Trump was bringing this up time and time again, and he's pretty popular. And there's a reason why, because even he saw it coming, but you keep doing it. So there was that. What else did I want to bring up this morning before we go? Oh, I heard that, is this right? I heard William Shatner's shot into space is delayed now. His Blue Origin space flight. Did you hear about that? It's delayed. I wonder why. Maybe because the pilots there that are getting him into space are not sure whether or not they want to go up because they need to be vaccinated. And maybe they're like kind of backing out because, they're kind of protesting against mandating the, no? Anyone? No? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, so they've delayed it. We got to wait. He's 90 years old, by the way. Did you know that? The oldest man could potentially to travel into space at 90. Okay.
Not like a liability.
Due to forecasted winds on Tuesday. All right. So they're not really. Listen, better safe with Shatner on board. So, all right. So we've got that. And what else? One more thing before we go. There was more Let's Go Brandon chants at some sporting events over the weekend. Lots and lots of Let's Go Brandon chants. I got to get a Let's Go Brandon shirt. Hey, can somebody do this? In the sound of my voice, can somebody print up some Let's Go Brandon shirts? Preferably gray, and if the Let's Go Brandon looks really sporty, right? Couldn't we do that? We need Let's Go Brandon shirts here. Because if you know, you know. You know what I'm talking about when I say Let's Go Brandon? You have no idea?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, good. So that's what I need. We need to print up some Let's Go Brandon shirts. Would love to have that. Wear it at all different events. Maybe we can give some away.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun. All right, Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us this week. Lots to cover, including some stories locally about Lotham and what we're going to do about Laco and possibly the issues there with regard to the concerns of blue-green algae, because we would be getting more water than the East Coast and all of that. We'll be talking about that certainly coming up in the days to come.
This is Daybreak.